Over the last 25 years, there have been great advances in treatment for women's cancers. About 80% of new drugs approved each year by the FDA are drugs for cancer.
For a woman who's newly diagnosed with breast cancer, the survival rate at the 5-year post-diagnosis point is more than 90%. So this is actually phenomenal compared to where we were 25 years ago.
Treatments for ovarian cancer haven't really changed since 1999, with surgery and chemotherapy being standard. What we're aiming to do is to harness the power of the body's own immune system to recognise and fight cancer. And by doing so, we hope to develop new treatments such as vaccines that will improve outcomes for patients with ovarian cancer and other cancer types.
The 5-year survival rates for ovarian cancer internationally are somewhere between 40 and 45%. In Australia, they're approaching about 50%. In Brisbane, at about 55%. The women of Queensland who have ovarian cancer get the best care anywhere in the world and have some of the best survival rates anywhere in the world.
I'm Professor Kristen Radford. I lead the Cancer Immunotherapies Group. I've been at Mater for 21 years, working on developing new vaccines for cancer. We've used over 2 decades of research into how the immune system can recognise and fight cancer and vaccine development that we are now applying to multiple different cancers. And now we feel the time is really ready to apply this to ovarian cancer and other women's cancers. What drives me is the potential benefit that we can bring to society by doing this research.
I'm Dr. Jodie Saunders. I'm a translational breast cancer researcher with Mater Research. The treatment of breast cancer is becoming a lot more precise. The current projects that I'm working on are focused on breast cancers that are particularly difficult to treat because these are the kinds of cases that need most attention and most new discoveries.
My name's Professor John Hooper and I'm the Professor of Cancer Biology at Mater Research. What we're doing, I think, at Mater Research is helping to provide an environment where those breakthroughs can happen. And we're seeing that now in the greater amounts of research funding that are coming to Brisbane for ovarian cancer research, the phase 1 trials that are being conducted in Brisbane, and hopefully over the next 5 to 10 years we're really going to see impact coming through directly for patients.
I'm Dr. Kath Shannon. I'm one of the medical oncologists with the Mater Cancer Care Centre. My specialty is in women's cancer, so I treat breast and gynecological cancers, and I've been here for 21 years. My role is to bring forward new treatments and bring them to our patients earlier than they'd otherwise be able to access them, and we do that through being able to offer clinical trials. Many of our women who participate in the clinical trials do it not only for themselves to access what might be a new beneficial treatment, but also to give something back to the women that will follow them in the next generation of women with those particular cancers.
My biggest achievement has been the clinical trial that we're developing. If it is successful, it'll be a game changer in ovarian cancer in terms of selecting those patients that could get a cutting-edge theranostic treatment.
A lot of my research is based on human clinical samples. So these are tumour and normal tissue and blood samples that have been donated by Mater patients.
The Mater Biobank for breast cancer and gynecological cancers is absolutely essential for what we do. My laboratory works almost exclusively with preclinical models, and because of our ready access to patient specimens through the biobank, we can do the really key experiments, and that allows us to go more rapidly onto real clinical trials where we can test our new agents in patients.
Thank you very much to all of the patients who come through Mater and donate their samples for research. Well, we literally couldn't do our work without those donations.
It's also a great resource for the wider Brisbane research community, and we go out of our way to make sure that researchers outside Mater organisation can access those specimens.
We interact and work closely with the clinicians at Mater Hospital to ensure that the research that we do is going to benefit patients.
So we'll frequently all get together so that we can all exchange ideas.
What we learn from that is really what are the key issues confronting patients that we can have impact on, and that biases us towards studying things that are really more important for patients.
So far, the most rewarding achievement has been linking up with the clinical teams and establishing those tissue donation protocols in order to get the research started. In 5 years, I feel confident that we're going to learn something new about why some triple-negative breast cancers respond well to chemotherapy and others don't.
My great dream is that our clinical trial will show that the agent that has been developed in my laboratory is much better at detecting ovarian cancer.
We're obviously capturing women earlier, so curing more early disease. I think we're starting to move the needle in the gynecology space, particularly the ovarian cancer. There's a long way to go to improve. Hopefully we're seeing less and less cervical cancer, for example, with the rollout of detection and vaccination programs. So I guess you want to see less patients overall, but then also that the ones that you do see that their metastatic cancer becomes a chronic disease which they have, many years of successful treatment.
We'd love to see some of the discoveries that we've made in the lab actually benefit patients in the clinic.